Alrighty, let's get started. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Tonight is exciting. It's going to be the finale of Prey. So if you are just coming in now, basically there are two major ways that you can complete the game. One of them is to blow up the space station and everything on it, and the other is to build the null-wave transmitter that Alex told us about at our little cliffhanger last time around. Do either. I will leave it up to you, chat. I've got a poll set up over on Twitter, at VYinzer, Byinzer. You can respond to the poll with whatever you want me to do. Majority rules. If it's a tie, I'll flip a coin. I mean, that's how they do it for Congress, right? Anyway, so today was The Run. If you're unfamiliar with The Run, it's the opening ceremonies of a sort for the Final Fantasy V 4-Job Fiesta. It's a really good charity event. Revenant Kyoku runs it every year with the help of his trusty companion Gilgabot. It's a fun kind of festival of challenge runs for Final Fantasy V, where you are given jobs, usually one from each crystal, but there are some modifications to the rules that you can elect to opt into. And those are the jobs you have to use to beat the game. You have to use them all.
That video was... I'm still checking it against my directives. But if scanning the coral will grant you access to Alex's arming key, then perhaps it's the best course. Perhaps knowing the coral's purpose will reinforce your decision to destroy Talos 1. Just be careful. We're running out of time.
January's freaking out a bit. So what happens is, before the fiesta starts in earnest, everybody can go ahead and vote on jobs for the run. And the run is kind of an exhibition between 4 different FF5 speedrunners. They're all very good at the game, of course. And they're so good that they will subject themselves to the will of the people for which 4 jobs they get. 1 for each of the crystals. And basically, once they all finish their run, then the fiesta starts in earnest and everybody can start doing their thing. So that happened today. I actually watched the entire thing up until the first person finished. About 8.5 hours. 8.5 hours to beat old Super Nintendo RPG. Guess they played the GBA version, which has the automatic dash with B for thieves. But still, it's amazing. It's like a 20 to 30 hour game. Beat it in 8.5. Amazing. And it was pretty entertaining too. I always liked the thief job, which was their starting job for the Wind Crystal. I love thieves when I play FF5 vanilla. They're maybe less good in challenge run unless you get a real damage dealer to go with them. But you do, and they did. They had Mystic Knight to go with it. Thieves can be excellent. Like Thief.
I've been thinking about the video Alex showed you. Your brother believes that version of you is the true Morgan. But why? Just because it came first? If someone had made you, then I suppose your truest self would be the one that fulfills whatever purpose your maker intended. I know who made me, and why. Did someone make you, Morgan? Were you made for something? If not, you'll have to invent your own purpose, or have none at all. Strangely, of all the things I know about you, I don't know what you believe. You have to decide, Morgan. Who are you?
I think I've already screwed up somehow. Where is that coral? Get back to FF5 chat shortly. Let's go back in here. Oh, wait. Ah, there we go. Okay. There are various challenges that you can add on to the regular rules. And I know we talked about natural last time around, but also stuff like classic, where you do only the jobs from Final Fantasy 1, and Berserker Risk, which is something that you have to sign up ahead of time for.
I don't want to alarm you, but there's been a launch from the Argus platform. Board of Directors has caught wind of the situation here. I suppose it was inevitable despite my efforts. That's why it's important we act quickly, decisively. They'll try to take this out of our hands, Morgan.
Yeah, Berserker Risk is a very popular option. And basically, it's based on the donations that are made before the whole event starts. So for every certain number of dollars, everybody who signs up for Berserker Risk has a chance to get a Berserker as one of their jobs. Now, in regular Final Fantasy V, Berserkers are legit. Like, they are actually quite good. I play with them a lot. There are some pretty broken combos you can do. But the catch for Berserkers is that you can't control them at all. Which can make it a bit of a... oh geez, it can make it very difficult to... I've got the wrong thing up. I need Machine Mind. There we go. When the Fiesta Berserkers are kind of...
Fascinating. It's holding the psyche of all their victims. Your hunch was on the right track. It's a kind of neural structure. Suit integrity damaged.
Oops. Guess I got a bunch of crystalloids up my butt there. That's unfortunate. Oh well, I guess I'm gonna have to engage in a little bit of combat there. Thought I might be able to get in and out. There's a new rule for the Fiesta this year
I've been thinking about the
that
video
looks
Alex showed you. Your brother
fascinating,
believes that version of you is the true Morgan.
called Forbidden,
Why? Just because it came first.
and
So when it
involves
made
playing the
you,
game as normal,
then I
but
suppose
before
your
going
truest
into
self would
the
be the one that fulfills
final
whatever
dungeon,
purpose your maker
you have to
intended.
tweet
I know
hashtag
who made me.
punish me
And why? Did someone make you?
to Gilgabot,
Were you made
and then
for
presumably
something?
something bad happens
If
to
not,
one of your jobs.
you'll have to
I'm
invent
assuming
your
that
own purpose.
it just takes one
You
away,
have none at all. Strangely,
or maybe
of all
takes
the
an
things I know
ability
about
from each
you,
of your jobs and doesn't
I
let you
don't
use
know
it.
what you believe.
Something like that.
You have to decide, Morgan.
Sounds delightfully horrible.
Who are you?
But I'm kind of tempted to try it out, and there will be some Fiesta streams. Depending on my team, I might not be able to stream all of it, especially if it's a team that requires a little bit of grinding to make the most of. Like if I get Chemist, I'm not going to sit there and subject you to turtle shell grinding. But I want to get as much of it on camera as I can, because the Fiesta is a really fun event, and Final Fantasy V is a fantastic game. Alright, let's go with the coral node from this direction.
I don't want to alarm you, but there's been a launch from the Argus platform. Board of Directors has caught wind of the situation here. I suppose it was inevitable despite my efforts. That's why it's important we act quickly, decisively. They'll try to take this out of our hands, Morgan.
Oof. Rip science operator. That thing's lucky it didn't go all the way to space. The other one. All. Restored. It. Oh no, that's the last one. Looked at. Well, it's not that important. Let's get this guy on our side. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Q-beam. There we go. I do wonder, are the Crystoids mobile at all on their own? Presumably they are. But it's sometimes hard to tell the way they just bounce around like that.
Specimens required. Fascinating. It's holding the psyche of all their victims. Your hunch was on the right track.
Get out of here. I do not need to fight.
Structure.
I need to fight.
Like
Gotta run.
up and down the length of it like it's
Okay.
communicating. Just one more to go. I knew you could handle this. Our father warned me not to stake so much of the company's future on your ideas. I was right to ignore him. We're a good team.
Well, not good. Got a little more room to work with. There we go. Excellent. Still got plenty of batteries left. Access this, though. just around the corner. Little area. Or not. Huh. Perhaps it's going to take a little bit more work to get in there. Okay. I have to go into one of these. Hmm. Well, while we're looking for this coral node, I think that following the coral node helped you find the coral. All it did was help me mash my head against a wall. Hmm. The upcoming stream plan. Next week, we're gonna have a regular stream. Gonna be Kirby. See if we can beat the 3 Kirby's Dream Land games in one sitting. Maybe not get the true ending on all of them, though. That could be a little difficult. Doing some of the things you need to do in Dreamland 3 is difficult even if you know exactly what you're doing. And then the week after that, there won't be a Sunday stream. The week after that, there may also not be one. Depends on how I'm feeling once I get back from my travels. But the next main game we're going to do, mentioned last night, was Metroid Prime. Yeah, we're really excited to do that again. Though it could be a little tough because I've got the Trilogy Edition. Means a lot of Wiimote button mashing. Yeah, this looks a little more enticing. Yikes. Nope, 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 nope. Things are really coming after me, huh? I'm stuck again. Maybe both coral nodes were in the same place. I've somehow screwed up mightily. Wouldn't be the first time, of course. That did not go very well. Very not happy with how that went. Just gotta get some damage on this thing before it shields up again. Yes, it's seeming quite likely that I just screwed up again. Alright, that oughta... things out Okay, I scanned this one. Is there a further place I could go to? Yes. Yes. Sure, there's going to be something fun waiting for me on the other side. 94% radiation. Oh no.
You better do something. The reconstruction is destabilizing.
They're lying to you.
Hurry.
Search complete.
Love it when that happens.
Excellent work. All that's left is integrating the data after you upload it. Hard to tell from just a scan summary, but... Wait. What is... There's some kind of neural tripwire built into the coral. Christ. Morgan, get back to my office. We have to get your data uploaded now. Hurry.
Ah, 19. 19's fine. 19's barely radioactive. Not even radioactive enough to drink. Oh. Bye. Yeah, I'm not fighting him. not entirely clear what happened. I think I might have crashed. Ran into something way too hard for my own good. And I've lost track of where I'm going. This way, though. Yeah, this... Almost certainly was a case of running into something solid at full speed, but I didn't expect to get that horribly owned by it. Now that I'm in space, perfect time to just eat a banana. No one knows when you're in space. You just eat whatever you want in your spacesuit, and it's fine. No one can tell you no. Alright, so we are getting close to the decision point for which ending we want to get. So if you are inclined to vote for whether we blow up the station or construct the null wave transmitter, you can find the poll over on Twitter at vyinzer. Do a quick check right now. While we're loading, since you haven't helped me, there's nothing better to do. Let's see. It's tied. However, the tweet has 1 like from a bot that would like to sell me Pittsburgh sports gear. Fantastic. Exactly the kind of quality fan that you attract with a name like Virtua Yinzer. Alright, so when I started taking the mind control powers early on in the game, I was thinking of this.
My terminal to upload the data. I'll get it integrated into the fabrication plan for the new null wave device as fast as possible.
You will soon see why.
Careful. The Typhon will begin to sense our intent to harm the Coral. They're gonna come after you. I left something for you on my desk that should help.
Alright, Typhon lure, mod, add. Doesn't have a thing. We'll save, and here we go.
Morgan, transfers halted. Something or someone. Shit.
This is Commander Walter Dahl. The TranStar Board of Directors has authorized me to take full command of Talos 1, effective immediately. All employees must now report to the shuttle bay for evacuation. Those of you unable to comply, transmit an SOS and my team of rescue operators will
Let me turn it up
locate you.
just a bit.
One last thing. Alex and Morgan Yu have been relieved of their positions. Do not consent to their requests or assist them in any way. Dahl out.
Ah. Yes. Well.
Good evening, Tyler. Dinner is served in the cafeteria from 6 to 8 p.m.
just have these two laser each other to death.
It's Dahl. He already has his hooks into every major system aboard Telos 1. I have to admit, I'm disappointed with our parents. I knew they had a contingency in place, but a small foolish part of me believed there would limit their own flesh and blood. Regardless, we're not getting. We do something. I don't like it, but you're gonna have to get into his command shuttle. See if you can locate his access point and cut him off.
Yeah, these things are just awful.
Morgan, Dahl will know you're coming. All TranStar personnel are outfitted with tracking bracelets. I have no doubt his operators are already on their way to rescue you. Those bracelets are issued and removed in deep storage. Worth investigating if you want to fly under the radar.
Qualified engineer. System alert. Repairs needed.
Actually, finish these off. So the military operators are extremely powerful, extremely annoying, and often come in groups. Just thinking about this part of the game is what made me take Machine Mind in the first place. And I'm happy to see that it went very well. Alright, now I gotta get out of here. I'd like to preferably do so through medical section first, get a heal, and then we could head over to deep storage. Uh-oh. Oh, interesting. If the place is flooded with operators, you can't make another. Well, I don't need the oral detector. Let's get Mimic. See what we can get here. Lab tech. A little health. And then upgrade our stuff. And as well. Great, that should help. Alright, storage next. Keep mind at the ready. You know, all sorts of stuff is going to try to kill us at this point. We've got the operators, we've got the Typhon, there's going to be weavers everywhere. Just gonna have to jet a little. Machine mine that guy. Can't sneak by.
Repairs needed. Please contact a qualified engineer.
We're out of here. Excellent. This is, after all, a sneaking mission, you know? No? That other game? Oh, okay. Say so. Personally, I really don't like this whole doll subplot. It's like, okay, we're at the end of the game, and this is the very definition of kind of a filler plot twist. And oh man, is it filler. Would have maybe like something a little different, like climactic showdown with the nightmare or something like that. Like, you get something out of the nightmare to build the transmitter. But, don't think there is anything like that. You'll certainly run from it a lot. I think there will be another encounter, possibly when we go through this door.
Morgan, this is Igwe. I stepped out for a moment. Miss Ilyushin's father, Andronov, the cosmonaut, he was here. I know he was. There are logs, records in deep storage. Morgan, you know what happened to him already. You've simply forgotten what you did. Miss Ilyushin, she may not understand. Do what you must. But if the records are gone, or happen to be destroyed due to the station damage, it would be for the best. Morgan, I heard the announcement. No, I will not give you up. You are there for me, I am here for you. If you'd indulge me, I have a proposal that could get us off Talos 1 without any more bloodshed. Just don't harm Dahl until we've had a chance to speak in person.
Oh, I can't even get in there. Guess we're not looking up the confidential records. You need to save the environment just a little, though. Oh, I've got extra stuff, too. Let's see. Pistol. Oh, I've got all these EMP charges. I should probably use these, given all the robots trying to kill me right about now.
This is Alex Yu, speaking to any surviving crew of Talos 1. I know many of you are frightened, angry. Perhaps you blame me for what's happened, but I never intended to harm any of you. Believe me, quite the opposite. Commander Dahl, on the other hand, has no intention of rescuing anything except the secrets aboard this station. You're all liabilities to the company now. Dahl, I'm sure you can hear me. I don't know what the board told you, but you're out of your depth on this one. Call off your operators, or at least help us hold back the Titan. We're on the verge of...
Your brother, he
office rat. I hear you, chewing the wires and shitting in the walls. Are you trying to fix the mess you've made, or just get away? I pride myself in being prepared for the worst, but this is truly a masterpiece. You should be proud.
Whoop. Awful lot of lasers. I would love to not be near any of them. Yeah, it's getting kind of hairy up here.
Dr. Yu? Morgan? Oh man, thank God. I've just been going down the contact list hoping somebody would answer. I'm in trauma center. I came up here to look for supplies. I think I broke my arm when that blackout happened. Now I'm trapped. Aliens outside the door. I could really use some help, man.
Echo is out of bounds. Dropping combat. Don't hide. I'm programmed to assist Dells.
Like how the thing says it's not going to kill me. But we all know that's not true. Really, where are you? Thing? Ought to be, right? That is a problem if I can't get the door open. Now, I don't think I actually have to get this tracking bracelet off of me, however. Doing so, I believe, confers a considerable advantage when it comes to dealing with Dahl. Oh, they found me. Well, that's great.
Warning, suit integrity damaged.
My machine-minded operator go. How to get over there? More importantly, why is its aim so bad? Yeesh.
Warning, suit integrity damaged.
System alert. Repair is needed. Please contact a qualified engineer.
Warning, vital signs critical.
Oh, jeez. Ah. Guys are really just the worst. So I got that. I need... get my own tracking print. I can get the number of my own tracking. Ah, here it is. Free.
Clever lab rat. Now I can't see you. Your brother won't be so lucky. I'm closing in on him.
Okay. That. See about getting out of here. Is another one of you guys? So sick of the military operation. One of the most egregious things about this last part of the game is that you go back and forth between areas more than you do at any other point in the game, which stretches things out even further as you go through all this load time. Like, really, this last section kind of just brings down the whole experience for me. But once you get past this point, or you finish the game, you look back on it, you think, wow, I sure had a lot of fun for 80% of the game. Not uncommon that this happens at the end of video games. And in the old days, like especially with RPGs, oftentimes the end game would not be tested properly, balanced at all, under the assumption that players just aren't gonna play that long. They'll get bored and do something else. That leads to stuff like in Lufia 2, where you have the submarine shrine, where the graphics are all just completely garbled mess. That's the same across all versions of the game. Didn't even fix it. US release. Kind of makes sense. Lufia 2 is a really long game. Right. Next. And Chekhov's. Alright, guess we're going to Shuttle Bay. Shuttle Bay is closed off, I believe. How do I even get to Shuttle Bay? I think it's through the bridge. Not the bridge, the lobby. Oh, lobby. But of course, that means we're going to load again. Oh. So I'm going to be traveling in a couple weeks. So before I go, I'm going to load up the Switch with all the games that I want to play. And one of them that I'm really excited finally made it to the Switch is Hollow Knight. I've played Hollow Knight before, but it was so good that I really want to play it again. It's a Super Metroid style game that's about bugs. Kind of cool looking bugs in a creepy underground city. Aesthetics of the game are phenomenal, the combat's great, exploration great, soundtrack great. Hollow Knight is a really excellent game. I'm looking forward to being able to play that on the road. Also, I highly recommend it. If you haven't played Hollow Knight, get your hands on it. Great stuff. Easily one of the best Metroid-like games I've ever played. So we go lobby next? Yes, lobby goes. Don't think we've been to the Shuttle Bay yet. We went to Cargo Bay. Avoiding Michael Bay. That just leaves Shuttle Bay. I really don't want to have to fight a Technopath or anything. Oh, wait a minute. What about Luther? Let's help Luther. I mean, we're here anyways. out. Another anti-rad fabrication plan. I can't believe it. Like the fourth one.
Requesting new operator. N-CN9 Black Box operator. Please stand clear of aperture.
System alert. Repairs needed. Please contact a qualified engineer.
Morgan, I've been thinking about what you've done, what you're doing. We all must act according to our nature. No matter what the psychologists and priests say, in your nature. I think I was right before. You are like a rat. Resourceful, sly,
Yikes.
burdened with a kind of pestilence of the mind. This station was your laboratory, and the experiment was a failure. And, of course, sadly, you know what happens to the rats when they are no longer needed.
Huh? Eh? I don't really think I did anything there, other than run away from a corpse. I guess it was a trap?
Hi, Morgan.
I haven't had much success in calling up more fabrication plans, but I did have a design for a psychoscope chipset I've been tinkering with. I'd be honored if you found some use for it.
I have more autonomy than a typical operator. The
Great.
contents of the video are sensitive. Only a flesh and blood person could handle the responsibility, I presume.
Morgan, I was worried Darlow, his rescue team, had intercepted you.
They are NCN9 black box operators, not a rescue team. Rescue is not among their list of commands.
And don't be shy about using it. I don't think they will.
Now we get the Dishonored portion of the game, where you can either kill Dahl or defeat him non-lethally. Problem is, it's just not anywhere near as good as Dishonored, any of its levels.
Is this a joke? Any luck finding a way off the station?
Really need Dr. Igwe here to take his stupid connectome. Igwe, no, Igwe, stop! Where are you going? Igwe, please.
Good evening, Talos. Registration for the Talos Employees Talent Show is
I'll look for more neuromods while you're gone.
In the crew quarters front desk to reserve a slot.
What just happened? They just ran. What are they running from? Huh. Okay, I'm very clueless as to what just happened here. I don't want to blame Todd quite yet, but I don't want to rule it out.
They're
Morgan,
inside the
help!
room! Kill them!
Please, help me!
Happened. Guys? Doing.
They're inside the room! Kill them!
Hey? Oh. Getting lasered to death. You just not? Hello, Dr. Equa. Have I failed a billion objectives? Alright. Hang on. Off. 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 All off. All these things. And I'm actually speechless. I have no idea what happened. Why don't we just forget that any of this happened and go to the shuttle bay? Yeah, let's just forget about all that strangeness. I am glad all these weird connection issues are happening during the loading screens. If I'm going to drop frames, let them be these frames. These frames are not good frames. Dropped an awful lot of them tonight, though. Don't know what's up with that. Yeah, my upload speed is fluctuating kinda strangely. Alright, so presumably...
Requesting
operators and more of themselves. It is shocking to me that a turret was more powerful than a military operator. Ooh, good shot. Good shot. Golf clap. Shuttle control room key, okay. That sounds useful. I'm sure we could do something with that.
Steve, this is Captain Hale, Shuttle Exalt. I'm trying to hail the bridge, getting zip. Can you confirm, please? I have some system malfunctions. It's across the board. It's hard to make sense. I need to park ASAP. Recommend security detail when I come in. Hearing some noise in the cabin. Shit, what is going on?
Alright, well I don't think we're doing this. That involves going back out into space again. I'd like to avoid space if I can. Still not getting the, oh no, I don't. App. Oh. Hello. My goodness, this operator's terrible.
Operator deployment resuming.
One thing I will give this section, though, is that it's very tense.
Requesting new operator. N-CN9 black box operator ready to deploy. Please stand clear of aperture.
This is a looking glass. I can just shatter it. love to find a way that doesn't involve fighting swarms of operators. That's a nice escape route, but get me anywhere. Nope.
Class Echoes validated.
Find where they are generating these. Make it stop. Stop. Act. See, oh. Go. And I guess the big key here is to get over to the shuttle. Get app. That sweet, sweet map data. Don't use it all the time, but when you do, it's really helpful. Whole slew of good stuff down there. I'd like to upgrade my shotgun. And again, this. Which? Ideally, I can run up to this thing and hack it. just have this configuration. How odd that it managed to pull the same one twice. I'll just leave this here. Bring the shuttle down. Shuttle control. I'd be if I were a shuttle control. There seems lovely. Nope. Completely wrong. That may or may not be. No offhand. Shotgun. Banana can also go. And the apple. The alcohol. Fabricator is here. Stuff. This. They killed the nightmare. Oh, this game. Sometimes this game just... Oh, same one again. It works in mysterious ways sometimes. Presumably I was supposed to have another Nightmares Hunting You episode, but the operators took care of it. Oh, I can't. He just went and killed the nightmare while I wasn't looking. Ridiculous. Oh, hi. Oh, I blew myself up again. Loving all these Q-beam cells. Such a good weapon. And it's a lot of fun to use. That guy doesn't know about Mimic. Oh, not quite enough. Yes. I don't know, though. I regret Phantom Shift. Great Psycho Shot. I think I'll just wait for 6 and decide if I want to become the $6 million man or just make a really good shotgun. Back to the task at hand. Get into that ship. How do I get back up? It's through the security cage. Yes. Sure.
Scanning target typhon material inconclusive. Logging calibration request.
Now I gotta get the grav shaft. With the power here. Perhaps not that way. Power kiosk. Function. Kiosk. Buy the escape pods.
Hello? Is someone... I'm in the escape pod with Emanuela de Silva. We're stuck in the launch tube. The hatch on the outside is supposed to blow when the pod launch initiates, but I guess the bolts misfired. Could you help us out? You'd have to EVA to get the hatch off from the outside. I know it's a lot to ask. I don't know what else to do. Sit here and starve, I guess. There's an override switch behind the panel to force a pod launch. But don't hit that until the outside hatch is off. We'd be blown to bits.
I mean, I guess we could theoretically help them. Maybe take another look outside to see if the power's there. I don't really want to go outside, though. That's kind of the mantra of Wall Street. Really want to. I would think that somewhere in here is the thing to turn the power on. Yeah, here we go. I just missed it the first time around. Oh. Alright. Let's help these people escape. I do feel kind of bad after Dr. Igwe just kind of disintegrated. Not really sure what happened to him. Might as well try to be friends to humanity. Note that once again the loading is proving to be a little bit too much for my connection. I'm just make sure my PC's not melting.
Microgravity detected.
Seemed like it. Oh. Oh boy. This was not a good plan. It is time to run. Okay. Get stuff. I just gotta slip back in here unnoticed. Oh, there we go. Very good. Very good indeed. Quick check up on Cole. I'm checking out what Gilgabot is up to for the Fiesta. I think we just had our first person Gilgabot's having some issues. So because Twitter's a little too horny, they've changed the hashtag you need to use for the forbidden command. While it was formerly punish me, it's now just void. Saw somebody lose their black mage job to the void and it was sad. So apparently it's just you just lose a job. Pretty simple. Very unpleasant. Don't know if losing the job means you lose access to its abilities, though. If you could still cross-class, that might be okay. Otherwise, yeah, I have a hard enough time beating DOX Death with 4 classes. But like 3?
Launch in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch.
Thanks, Morgan. Means a lot to me that you did all that, despite Frank. I'm transmitting the location of something that could help. I couldn't get it off the station, but maybe it can help you.
That's good. That thing is. Let's go get that reward. Well, as much as I say, I'm not going to do this side quest, I'm not going to do this side quest, I actually just can't stop myself. I'm a side questing fool. How RPGs get me all the time. Like, when I play Final Fantasy V, I have this awful habit of doing all of the tablet dungeons. There's absolutely no need for it. Interesting. Thought? Game, please. I'm having some difficulties. Just trying to get above the ceiling. Not that above the ceiling. I think I just heard the laugh of Todd. That little-known sequel to Wrath of Khan. Alright. Well, that's useful. Yeah. That's good stuff. Okay. Guess it's gunsmith or mobility. Gunsmith. Probably be able to get mobility in a bit. There we go. Feel a lot better about this thing now. Maybe I can tone it down a bit with the Q-beam. Actually, running around with the shotgun like this makes me think of Doom. That was one of the neat things from the Bethesda conference last weekend. That there's going to be another Doom. Which is fantastic as the first Doom. Rather, I guess it was Doom 4, really. Oh, good. Actually, maybe I should get that on the Switch. Yeah. I will see if it's on sale. We pick that up again, too. I paid $15 for it on a Steam sale, and somehow it ran on my computer, though it did almost melt it. Oh. Get rid of this thing. We don't need him. Get rid of him. Oh, don't come near me. No, no, no!
Operator deployment resuming.
Typhon class Echoes. Fox 7.
Stand in front of this to try to stop more from coming out.
Requesting new operator.
That's no good.
N-C. Black box operator ready to deploy. Please stand clear of knowledge.
We gotta run out of goop to make these things at some point. Hopefully our friend here is super dead.
Requesting new operator.
Excellent, excellent. Next. We ignore it. Disruptor out. Lock that behind us.
Commander Dahl, this is William Yu, acting chairman of the TranStar Board of Directors.
I will need your credentials to authorize this mission.
Of course. My authentication sign is Zeta Invictus Emperor Tangerine.
Sign checks out. Good morning, Director Yu. Shuttle is hot and holding orbit. Awaiting mission parameters.
You must secure every piece of Cobalt clearance level technology and research aboard Talos 1. Then eliminate all TranStar personnel.
All personnel.
No survivors.
It's your show. And their funeral.
Payment will be deposited into 6 separate Benelux accounts. After you transmit evidence of success.
I leave my operator feeds on. Just keep watching.
We strongly advise deploying your technical officer to a station router inside the firewalls first. Ideal site would be in the hardware labs.
Yes, I've seen the schematics, Mr. Yu. Goodbye.
You will destroy this transmission after...
Alright, so... Can't get in there. Kind of shocked that he just around here. Probably have to get all. It's tech off. Alright, well, back to good weapon. Hardware lab. One way or the other, we're getting 2 loading screens here. So we might as well stay indoors where there's fewer things kill us. Still not quite sure how I got through the melee outside. But made it. Voting is still tied for the fate station. Ooh, that was a loud noise. Anybody hear that? Someone's practicing their fireworks for 4th of July. Now, as long as they don't burn our house down. Apartment, anyway. Please. There we go.
I'm told my ops are hidden as an HR expense in the TranStar books. It's true. I do solve people problems. Your workmates hiding in the cargo bay are going to suffocate in a few minutes. Maybe you can save them, but you'll have to come out of the walls, Rat. Life support. The clock is ticking.
Morgan, Dal's cut off oxygen to the cargo bay. There's nothing I can do from here, and none of the doors are responding. Atmosphere controls are in life support. If you can help, do it quick, or this is the last time we'll be talking.
Dahl is just the worst. Like, all I want to do...
Miss Elazar is right to be alarmed, though her assessment is mistaken. Dahl is manipulating the oxygen and nitrogen mixture. With nitrogen flooding into the atmosphere, anyone in the cargo bay will asphyxiate far more quickly than had he simply cut the oxygen. I suspect they'd already be dead if Dahl weren't trying to use them to manipulate you.
I'm just trying to stop an alien breakout. That's all I want to do. I don't want to deal with this rando mercenary guy. Goodness, I'm dropping an absolute ton of frames today. Well, fortunately the recording of this shouldn't have that issue. And you can always check it out after the fact at the Virtual Yinzer Max YouTube channel. Hopefully that will not need to be the case, but the connection is looking very unhealthy. Yeah, some of this is awful. Just dipped down to 300 kilobytes.
Hello. Good to see you again, Dr. Yu.
Life support air quality ratio below standard operating levels. Atmosphere containment flush recommended. Life support air quality ratio below standard operating levels. Atmospheric
Okay. We gotta mess with some pipes now.
Requesting new operator.
Possibly some valves.
Life support air quality ratios below standard operating levels. Atmospheric containment flush recommended. Suit integrity damaged.
I believe we gotta get into that room there.
Operating levels. Atmospheric containment flush recommended. Life support air quality ratio below standard operating levels. Atmospheric containment flush recommended.
There he is. He's over there. Oh,
Life support air quality ratio below standard operating levels. Atmospheric containment flush recommended. Life support air quality ratio below standard operating levels. Atmospheric containment flush recommended.
what am I supposed to do with that?
Life support air quality ratio below standard operating levels. Atmospheric containment flush recommended.
Morgan! Air's almost gone. Please. Kill that sociopathic wirehead.
Life support air quality ratio below standard operating levels. Atmospheric containment flush recommended. Control room. Atmospheric decontamination procedure initiated. Oxygen flush commencing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hazardous atmosphere conditions.
Rip.
Morgan, you did it.
Wait, you're alive?
I'll arrange transport with the medical operator. Then we can see about removing his neuromod. And hopefully, gaining a shuttle in the process.
Huh. I thought he was super dead, but maybe he just fell into Howard space. I did not see him at all.
Completed successfully. Stand by for oxygenation. Oxygen levels normal.
Still gotta get in. Oh, sure. Again. Gotta get in there somehow. How many neuromods have I got? Not enough to hack. I'm gonna be very unhappy if I let all those people die because I can't get into a room. Code. Something. Dang it. Definitely no hidden way in. It's gotta be sealed, because otherwise a little trick wouldn't have worked. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I can turn into something small. It's through. That'll be something I can turn into. Aha, a baseball glove. That's what I'll do. I'll turn into a baseball glove. Fool me with the power of America's pastime. Yes! Glove, baby, yeah! Haha! Grab shaft. Yes. Oh.
Morgan, the air's flowing again. I can breathe. And I hope this means Dal can't. Thank you. A little longer and... Never mind. Elazar out.
Cycle active charger. That sounds like a good thing. That do. Yes. Perfect. Oh, okay. Well. Now that we're done with that little adventure, let's go rob Dahl. He's a real piece of work. I want whatever he's got in his cargo hold. Oh, that was... My heart's still racing a little bit from that one. That was intense. Last time I played, I just had hacking 4 and I could just walk in after I finished choking him out. But that was fun. Trying to figure out what to do to get in. I'm glad I had the baseball glove on hand. Alright, well, I know that the loading is unpopular. However, really do want to get whatever Dahl had in his. Ooh, afraid we've got some more loading screens. Oh. Uh-huh. Okay. Bye. That's not what I want to see when I open up an elevator. Oh. Now, I am unfortunately making this take a little longer than it has to. Compulsive need to finish some quests, but I do think we should be done before midnight. That's what I want to believe. Midnight Pacific time, that is. If you are on the East Coast, well, I hope you don't have work tomorrow. See me, but I am rolling my eyes at this loading.
Dr. Yu, Dr. Igwe, we have the subject, Dahl, and his life signs are stable. Thank you. We are prepping him in the Neuromod division now. Come as soon as you can.
It? That was, it's quite possible that was not worth the loading screens. Really, really obvious at this point. like what the game's big problem is. What? Cool. Unchanged from before. But we got a little more time. If I gotta toss a coin, then I will. Yeah, one good reason to do this Dr. Igwe quest I do think it's mandatory for the ending in which not destroy them. It is very hazy of that, and it could be completely wrong. I wonder if I get to keep Paul's neuromods after I take them out. I don't know how you remove eyeball goop. There's some kind of horrific reverse eyeball goop injector. Just putting the stuff in is it's pretty gross as is. I don't really want to imagine what you have to do to get it out. Probably hurts a lot. Not just sitting through the loading screen. Oh, okay. Preferably while they are fighting it out.
Dr. Yu, Morgan, I was afraid you wouldn't make it. The subject, Dahl, has been secured. I believe I've isolated the correct neuromod. It is essential we say as little as possible of what has happened on the station and focus on the situation. Dahl, memory serves, should resort to field training and react accordingly. He was never one to question orders. Ready when you are, Morgan. Remember, if this works, say nothing. extracted, Dahl's memory should revert back to the inception date, and he should forget his assignment here. Dr. Yu. Morgan.
I don't know how to do brain surgery. Let's see. Activate process. Let's save just in case I accidentally murder him.
If you're worried about the Geneva Protocols, you have my word. I will say nothing about who performed the procedure. I am at risk as well, you know.
What? Who are you? Morgan? Your father's been asking about you. And Alex. I was supposed to report to him about her retrieval after modding up. Where am I? Why am I restrained?
Commander. Dahl. I am Dr. Igwe, Chief Physician here.
I've seen your face in the company directory. Alex's pet. The discredited parapsychologist.
Ah. Commander Dahl, you suffered a severe head injury as a result of a crisis here on the station. We need to evacuate at once, but we couldn't leave without you. Are you able to pilot a shuttle?
What? Yes, of course I can pilot. Wait, what emergency? Is this Argus installation? Where's Casper?
I'm afraid there's no time to explain. We need to get to the shuttle bay and prepare for departure. TranStar mandate. Dr. Yu can confirm.
Of course. Morgan, you look like shit.
Thanks,
all right,
buddy.
Let's get Daddy's precious child off the station, or TranStar will blackbox me.
Just need to check your vitals. Wouldn't want our pilot to faint.
There's nothing wrong with me.
Lead the way, Morgan. We'll catch up.
It's by design that I can predict what you're going to do fairly often. And yet, this turn of events with Dahl, I'm impressed and surprised you've managed to find a way to get remaining crew off the station. I have no doubt they'll remember your sacrifice.
Bye! Alright. Finally, time to get to the hardware labs and find that tech officer. I do think that is the last thing we have to do before we can go back to Alex. But as always, you weren't here last time. Theory on this is that this game is basically a bunch of Dishonored levels connected together. Means they load in the whole thing all at once. As you know, if you play Dishonored, loading the level takes a long time. And after that, there's nothing at all. There's basically no pop-in. Everything is active and running on a world timer the whole time. That's my theory on what's going on. Just in Dishonored, you spend a lot of time, one level, complete it, and you're done. You don't go back and forth between them all the time. quick stop. Gold fabricate.
There you are.
Pistol. That. Anything else I don't.
Morgan.
Beam cells. Psi-hypo. Make Psi-hypo. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a drink real fast while this is loading. Alright, back at it. Still loading. I can't handle this level of dead air time. It's too much. Too much for me. Oh man, this place is a real party. Okay, well. Maybe there weren't 3 etheric phantoms. Actually, it was last night, huh? That etheric phantom looked like it split into 3. Definitely only 1. That's an advanced version of the phantom ship power that I just never get. Yeah, that's probably not. I was gonna say, I wonder if I can get in there by mimicking something. Probably can. Unlikely to be worth it, though. Okay. They wouldn't have their fight right with me.
Commander Dahl, this is Casper. Status report. All major servers and terminals are locked down. Rip and intercept protocols are in operation. Searching access patterns. Within the last 3 hours. Progress estimate, 63%.
Well, hello there.
Affirmative. Resuming. Server arcs F13 through F21 ripped.
Fascinating.
Vault Deep, Commander Dahl. This is Casper. Morgan U sighted. I repeat, Morgan U sighted. Commander Dahl, do you copy? Commander Dahl.
Doors are working again, Morgan. Nice work. I'm taking what's left of my crew to the atmosphere controls in life support. We're going to clear out Dal's shitcat operators and make sure there are no more mishaps with the air on this station.
Excellent, excellent.
Dal populated his entire crew with customized operators. He made the mistake of hanging his hopes on a machine. Flesh and blood is messy, Morgan, but it's the only thing that matters in the end. Well done. The upload just kicked in. Meet me in the operator. We have important work to do.
Alright, we are so close. So close to the end. Gotta stay strong. Stay strong. Load strong. Every single thing that I thought to say after that be horribly taken out of context. Oh. Glad to be blessed with great patience. Even my patience is wearing a little thin. I am ready to complete this game. You know, this drop frame thing is interesting. I was getting an error when I was watching the run earlier. Oh, it was error 2000 or something like that. I didn't think to look it up at the time, since I figured it was just my internet being goofy. But maybe I should. I like that there's just this random recycler here. Actually, loading aside, I don't think there's that much left. The last bit's a little messy. Depending on what I decide to do. Like one last really long travel. Either go to the power station. Psychotronics. Let's see. Fake B is. Thanks for following. Hope you enjoy your stay. Bet you'll enjoy it a lot more once you finish loading into the Arboretum. Okay, go. Ooh, it gave away a location of the enemies. I don't think it was supposed to do that. Huh. I think it's here. Operators should all be gone. That's something you get for the quest. Oh, I didn't lose one yet. Good. Where'd he go? Ah.
I promised you my arming cape. All I ask is you hear me out first. And you can blow Talos 1 to pieces if that's what you think is best. I don't think you'll do it. I know. Because I used to think we couldn't be trusted to play with fire without burning the house down. But you convinced me. You showed me anything was possible, even if the price was steep. That part of you is still in there. We can make history, Morgan. Not those leeches on the TranStar board of directors, not Mom and Dad. You and I. Just like we planned. We've got the data to confirm what you suspected. And Carl is broadcasting a neural signal. A secret message reaching to the stars. What I want to know is what is the message? And who is listening to it? I think you know. Ever since we first tested the Typhon neuromods, you've known. This fabrication plan is for the null-wave device prototype you conceived. It will hijack the Coral signal and use it to deliver a massive shock to every Typhon organism at once. Take it. And the army key, like I What? Morgan!
now. It's all clear. Air's normal across the board. I lost some good people fighting the black boxes. And Dahl wasn't here. If you see him before I do, make him pay. Elazar out.
Really hard to loot things in zero gravity. I have an issue. Alright, well. Time to check our little poll one last time. Products. We did for Arming key. And just tie. So give me just a sec. Toss a coin. Find a coin first. Alright. Alright, I know you can't see it, but you'll just have to trust me on this one. Heads will be blow up the station. Tails will be null wave device. Alright, look, drink out of the way. It is tails. Go fabricate ourselves a null wave device. First off, fabricator. One here, is there not? I believe it's this way. It's health. Oops. Yeah, actually doing all of this stuff is pretty fast. All the loading in between really slows you down. That's fine. Run the psychotronics in. Just fabricated on the way there. I don't want to scan that. Might be one of those horrible things that, like, destroys your mind just if you know what it is. That's no good. That's not good. I appreciate having a horrible thing reach into me like that. Of course this still works. Why it still works, I couldn't tell you. Sad. What? The upload speed indicator go wild. Think about my bill for internet. It hurts extra hard.
Morgan, you anticipated the kind of appeal Alex would make. Sibling bonds. History. You programmed me to refute him point by point. However, we can skip that. A Typhon the size of a skyscraper is currently eating Talos 1 for lunch. Ergo, Alex is wrong. Destroy the station. Just as you planned. The blast will take the monster down with it.
See, I don't know about that. That thing is an Elder God level bent. I'm not sure just blowing the station up around it is going to do anything. Fabricate thing.
Привет, Morgan. Morgan.
Kelstrom? I wanted to follow up on my request to view one of the volunteer abdication contracts.
Anna, you're supposed to be off today.
I had some free time, so I thought...
I've already told you, the VACs are sealed documents. My hands are tied.
But is it some allowance for the researchers? I mean, my God, I'm the one pushing the button.
Look, I understand. I really do. You wouldn't be human if this was easy.
I just want to be sure.
Believe me, everything we've done is perfectly legal.
That's because Talos 1 is in extranational space. There are no laws.
Anna, you're tired. It's affecting your judgment. Now, I've tolerated it for a while, but enough is enough. You need to take some time. Understood?
Yes, Dr. Kelstrom. I understand.
Good. Oh, look, you made me late for a meeting with Alex.
Meanwhile, we gain speedrun powers. Fortunately, we can't use them to bypass loading.
If the idea hasn't occurred to you, I'm sure it will eventually. Don't do it. I can't predict what would happen if you scan the Apex, but all my models point to suffering.
It's gonna be a blast.
More specimens required.
Just sneak by this writhing mass of horribleness. Oh, it's nasty. Oops. There's a poltergeist as well.
If the idea hasn't occurred to you, I'm sure it will eventually. Don't do it. I can't predict what would happen if you scan the Apex, but all my models point to suffering.
More specimens required.
Right. Seem to not run away when I'm trying to, fill their little brains with radiation. Mimic, please, I'm time for you. I would like to bypass this one too, but it will not work. Here now. That's Sputnik? An awful lot like Sputnik. Oh, it's that guy. He's still here. How did he not die horribly?
Listen, you run into any other fellas wearing a green jumpsuit? Watch your ass. Well, they ain't all decent human beings like me.
All right. Yep. Clear all that stuff out.
Microgravity detected.
Kill them.
Adrenaline. And another dose of Morgan Cellite. Do it.
Assume Alex's plan succeeds. Then what? You're taking a massive gamble that there aren't more predators like the Typhon. In the history of the universe, humans have only recently become self-aware. Yet you're going to kick the door open on a much wider and older cosmic ecology. One that feeds on consciousness. These are shark-infested waters. Alex believes we can be the bigger shark. But what if we're just poor swimmers, and now there's blood in the water?
I'm glad the random NPC appreciates the power of the Q-beam.
Scanning. Neuroimaging shows your mental resources are full. This should help. That should help you concentrate.
Alright, so we gotta get back to the lobby, lobby to the Arboretum, Arboretum to the bridge, and we can put an end to this madness. Be great. See what's up with those weird visions Morgan keeps having. I love that you just become invincible as soon as you get into this elevator. I don't know why you do, it's just weird cutscene powers. But I appreciate it. Very useful. It does make me kind of think of Metroid Prime. Like, what Metroid Prime does when it goes through an area too fast, so it's constantly loading whatever the areas that are around Samus are. And if you get to a door faster than the game can load the next area in, the door will just jam a bit until it finishes. So it's weird because, you know, in Metroid you're always trying to go fast. But sometimes the game can't handle the fast. Such were the limitations of the GameCube at the time. So, Metroid Prime, I recall being pretty impressive graphically. We'll find out in a couple weeks. It holds up to what my memory says it does.
Microgravity detected.
Hold on. I wonder if we can get a heal. Got any? Oh. Blasted. Very operators. Well, it'll be fine. I don't think there's a boss. However, I do believe there is a bunch of stuff waiting on the bridge. Never actually visited the bridge part of the bridge, which would mean that all the enemies that chill there are still alive. Oh no. Oh no. Something bad happened. And of course, this should be it. This should be the final loading. Everybody just close your eyes and load as hard as you possibly can. We can get through this. The loading? You gotta go harder than that. Right. Good. Excellent. Thank you. Well done to everybody sending your loading energy to Prey.
Morgan, Igwe, what's the update on our patient?
Commander Dahl is making a speedy recovery, and we are making our way to the shuttle bay. I've informed him of the threat to the station, and...
Fine, Morgan, I'll meet you in the shuttle bay.
Please reconsider. Trust your former self, the one that isn't morally bankrupt. Your assessment, Morgan, not mine. The directives you gave me require I do everything in my power to ensure you destroy Talos 1 and all the Typhon. Detonating the station safeguards the Earth, and perhaps provides a small measure of reparation. You know how neuromods are made. The demand will only increase. In the future Alex envisions, many will die for the benefit of a privileged few. I won't relinquish control of the terminal. If you want to activate the null wave, you'll have to kill me.
Well. Bye. Gotta make sure I loot him.
What is a neuromod? Well, it's both an easy answer and a complicated one at the same time. It is the future, today. More importantly, our past, today. This is the work TranStar does. Every employee working together. It's immortality. And it is beautiful.
That frame rate, by the way, that's the game. That is, actually not my internet game. Go ahead and, please enjoy the credits. That is Prey, but don't go away, just in case there is an after credits teaser. I need to take a brief break. Just a moment. that is Prey. Hope you're enjoying the antics of those wacky Typhon credits. Overall, I think it's an excellent game. It's just that last 20% of it, all the loading, and here's this character out of nowhere, and he's causing a lot of problems. It's all, it's kind of out of sorts with the rest of the game. Like, I don't think Dahl needed to exist. The game would have been just fine without him. I'd certainly be just fine without all the extra transitions between levels. Just, they had all this extra space that you never went to anytime else unless you explored early. But they're like, okay, we made this ventilation room. Dang it, you're gonna go there whether you like it or not. I do like the fake 80s music though. So this is, pretty sure this is the song that you would hear in the lounge. So back when we were in the crew quarters getting the voice samples for Danielle's show, there are two ways to do it. You can find all 10 of her voice clips that are stashed around the crew quarters, or you can do the concert. So in the lounge, there's a recording of her singing, and that can get you the whole thing, I believe. I think it gives you the whole. But the cost of that is that you have to fight a rather difficult fight for that portion of the game and survive against a horde of Typhon for a certain amount of time. That's what I did the first time around when I played the game, and I decided I did not want to do that again. So we took the observation and exploration route, the peaceful way through. And unfortunately, that did get us lost in Howard space. That's funny. It's funny when things get lost in Howard space, even if it's us. There was that corrupted operator, very next stream, who got stuck in Howard space and just kept swearing at us for a good 5 minutes. Lots of good Prey memories. A lot of great stuff happened in this playthrough. I'm gonna get the DLC for it at some point, the Moon Crash. When I do get that, I would like to stream a few rounds of that. Well, but I don't know that that's gonna be any time particularly soon. I got a lot of stuff that I want to be doing. Do the Kirby Dream stream. We're gonna do Metroid Prime. We've got the 4-job Fiesta going on. At some point, I gotta fit on all these games that I just want to play on my trips as well. Oh, I guess I'm gonna play those on my trips. I'm not streaming. Not streaming from a hotel room anyway. That's crazy talk. Yeah, it's great. I loved it. It's I think it's better than Dishonored 2 and Death of the Outsider, but not as good as Dishonored 1. I still think 1 was the best of the games. So, like, I remember every single level in Dishonored 1, and I remember maybe 5 or 6 across Dishonored 2 and Death of the Outsider. That's kind of how I judge. I remember every single stage. First game. It's all very memorable and interesting. Yeah, I'd rate this below Dishonored, but above the rest of the. I would love a Prey 2. That'd be pretty great. But what could the sequel hook be? Huh. Why don't we find out? It's loading. Loading is the sequel. the actual sequel. Yes.
It's finished. How did it do?
Activation of the mirror neurons is promising. Empathy quotient shows to be exceptionally high.
It probably thinks it was dreaming. And nothing mattered.
You're assuming it thinks like us.
Its life depends on it. Ours too. It all comes down to the choices it made.
It saved me from the cargo container. I would have suffocated otherwise. And later, it recovered the Leitner connectomes. They were of no practical use, except that they were deeply meaningful to me. It installed multiple Typhon-based neuromods. It could mean an instinctive return to its own kind, or an attempt to integrate its dual natures. But its most surprising act was sparing Da. While perhaps for purely selfish reasons, this, at least in principle, enabled others to escape Talos 1.
Michaela.
I would have died without my medication. That wasn't easy. That says a lot, I think, about its heart. Can I say that it has a heart? Then, there was a man in Psychotronics, Ingram. It let him go. Was that mercy?
Would you let it live?
Yes.
Sarah, you're next.
The situation in the cargo bay was bad. None of us would have survived without its help. And it destroyed a large number of Typhon across the station. That has to be a good sign. Further, it thwarted Dahl's attempt to use us as hostages. If it were one of my officers, I would give it a commendation.
Danielle, what do you say?
It found me. It didn't need to, but it did. I asked it to stop Volunteer 37. That was dangerous. No way to be sure, but I think it has a sense of retribution. There were a lot of humans controlled by the Typhon that it could have harmed. Seems like it went out of its way to avoid that. I think it's worth the risk.
In the end, it chose to activate the null-wave device. Why? To preserve the Typhon technology? We can't really know what its motives were for anything it did.
But we have to make a choice. You can hear us, can't you? Here. I want to show you something. What you experienced was a reconstruction based on Morgan's memories. This is the world today. We spent years trying to put what you can do into us. We never tried putting what we can do into you. Until now. You're the bridge between our species. I need to know if you see us. I mean, really see us. Take my hand if you do. We're gonna shake things up, like old times.
And that is the real ending to Prey. Have a good night, everybody.